Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you are all doing well. So, I just want to do a quick update video. It's been a little bit, and I need to organize some movies on this shelf here. So, got a little stack here, but some really good ones in here too. So, first one is The Lighthouse, and I really liked this movie a lot. It's a super artistic, just out there kind of a film, and every once in a while, like I need one of those just to quench my thirst. And Willem Dafoe he's just one of those actors. He's one of my favorite actors. He's just one of those guys, man, that just always brings it to every role. So I was really excited to see that dynamic between him and Robert Pattinson. I don't know anything from Robert Pattinson really outside of the Twilight films. I might have seen like one other movie with him, so I wanted to kind of see a little bit more of a interesting role with him and what we're in store with for the Batman. And I thought these two played off each other fantastic in this movie. I mean, they were awesome, powerhouse performances. The cinematography in this is absolutely gorgeous. This is one, it's not for everybody, but man, for the people that this is for, it's a home run. I really enjoyed it a lot. Next here, we've got Jay and Silent Bob reboot. And man, I love Kevin Smith. I love all of his movies, and as of late, they've been writing a little bit more off the nostalgia fact and stuff like that. It doesn't feel like there's really anything new and original. And this is kind of much of the same. If you know Kevin Smith's movies, there's a lot that you will find to love and appreciate in this. It's just a very watered down version of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Like, this is for Kevin Smith fans, and even with that, I wasn't overly impressed. I mean, I love watching Kevin Smith. I love his dialogue and stuff. It's just this felt just not up to par for what you would expect from Kevin Smith. So take it as you will. I still had fun with it, just was not overly impressed with it. Next year we've got is Freaks, and I really, really enjoyed this movie a lot. I'm a huge fan of movies that have kind of a big idea and a big story, and it's contained into a smaller environment, like Terminator. Terminator is this huge, massive idea that's, really contained between just a couple characters. So this, very similar. It's a really big idea, confined, and really revolves around a father and a daughter's relationship. And I really, really liked this movie a lot. It was super suspenseful. Emil Hirsch, I absolutely love that kid as an actor. Well, he's not a kid anymore, but he's a great actor. I love everything that I've seen him in, and this is no different. The performances in here are great. The story I felt was very interesting and a unique take on something that's a little bit familiar, and just really liked this one. I would definitely recommend checking out Freaks. Next here we got is Color Out of Space, and I was really pumped for this movie too. Nicolas Cage, I mean, we all know everything that Nick Cage has done, but coming off of Mandy, which was just a trippy ride, and the buzz that this was getting, I was really pumped to see this, and this was a pretty damn good movie. It wasn't quite there where I was hoping it was going to get, but I still wound up enjoying this, and the basic premise to this is a meteorite comes down from space and just weird things start to happen, basically. So it's very much, like Creepshow with the Stephen King spot in there, but its own little version of that. It's good, though. I do enjoy it. I thought it was very, very engaging with the colors and stuff. I mean, this cover art here definitely sells it. It's very visually stunning, and yeah, it's just not anything new here. I was just hoping there was going to be something that was just going to stand out and be a little bit new. It's still a fun movie, though, and enjoyed it. Next year, we got Fighting With My Family, and this was awesome. I wish I wouldn't have waited so long to watch this. I missed this in theaters. I finally picked it up and just watched this one really recently, and I'm so bummed that I've waited so long to watch this. This was such a very fun, heartfelt film, and this movie carried a lot of natural comedy. Like, I love when there's a natural comedy. It's not forced jokes. It's not over the top, extremities for the R rating and stuff like that. It's just very well written to where you get that natural humor just out of the scene or the situation or the characters that have been developed, and that really had you engaged. It had me engaged this entire movie. I really liked this movie a lot. Which tells a story of the wrestler Paige, of course, but man, they crush it with that. A fantastic cast in there as well. Next, we got Super Troopers 2, and I was pretty disappointed with this. Seeing the group back together, I mean, Super Troopers is one of my favorite comedies. Seeing the group back together was awesome, all the nostalgia that came with that, so I more found myself just enjoying seeing these guys together again than actually laughing at the movie, because all the jokes in here, for the most part, felt really forced, and the things that they felt they could have made great or used the nostalgia factor with, they they lazily put it together. I felt there was so much more they could have done with this, and the time that we waited, even it didn't have to amount to be better than the first one, but just something memorable. And I really don't even know if I'll go back and revisit this. So I was a little disappointed with Super Troopers 2, I'm not gonna lie. Next, we've got Evil Dead, and finally, after how long they kept telling us that there was never going to be a director's cut because it was no point in putting it out, and it almost wasn't a point in putting it out. I mean, really, the extra footage you get in here, the majority of it is stuff that we got in the original trailer footage and little spots that we had seen before the movie came out that didn't make it into the movie, the spots that were edited. So that just kind of comes back in. But it does make the movie a little bit more wholesome. It just adds a couple little extra tidbits in there that just give you that extra oomph to it. I thought Fede Alvarez did a fantastic job with this. The first time, and this is actually what started my YouTube channel, the first time I saw this in the theaters, I was in this weird spot. I didn't know how to feel about it. And then after the second viewing, it kind of put it together for me. I still have a problem with how they bring the evil about in this movie because there's nothing eerie or mystical about it at all. It's very asinine in a very lazy way, but outside of that, I thought, the movie's fantastic, and the little extra bit you get out of here I thought was worth it. And last but not least for this one here is Tales of Halloween, and this is a really cool edition here. So it's really nice packaging and stuff, and it's big, kind of like like an old school VHS box and stuff. But this is a fantastic, I don't even know if you can call it an anthology film. There's multiple stories. I think there's like 7 or 6 different shorts in here. But this movie is awesome. This is really, you could watch this anytime, but it's very, very Halloween themed, kind of like Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat just like sucks you into the Halloween spirit with everything. This, does the same exact thing. I really, really enjoyed this movie a lot. It's lower budget than what you get from Trick or Treat, but the heart that went into this, you could tell when the people made this and stuff, they were having an absolute blast with it. And the stories in here are awesome. They are all really good. There's not one story in here that feels like, the ultimate wink link. They've all got their own little fun little thing going on. So if you've not seen this one, definitely check it out. I know it was streaming on Netflix for a while. That's where I had caught it at one point. And so I ended up grabbing this box set here, which is a really nice little set. But definitely check this one out if you haven't. And it's perfect for the Halloween spirit and season and such. So that's going to do it for this video, though, guys. I'll get these organized on the shelf because I'm still making my way through. Hopefully I have another update video for you guys soon. I know I talked about this before, but my buddy and I started our own little film studio called Nerf Herder Studios. We've done stuff under the Nerf Herder name multiple times, like with podcasting, but finally got to making short films, which is what we want to do. So we got our first one that we had dropped a couple weeks back called Solemn, and we're working on our next one here soon called Paralysis. So you can check us out on Facebook or Instagram. It's Nerf Herder Studios. Check out Solemn. Let us know what you think, and just kind of keep an eye open because we got plenty of stuff that's coming on the way here. We got a whole slew of ideas that we are really excited to start fleshing out. So I appreciate it if you guys would check that out. Outside of that, if you're new to this channel, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. I will catch you all next time.